يمام ويل الهوى يمام ويلي ضرب الخناجر ولا حكمنا ذلبية يمام ويل الهوى يمام ويلي ضرب الخناجر ولا حكمنا ذلبية ومشيت تحت الشتاء والشتاء رواني والصيف لما أتى ولع من نيراني بيضل عمر الفتى رهن للحرية يما ويل الهوى يما ويلي ضرب الخناجر ولا حكمنا ذلبية يما ويل الهوى يما ويلي ضرب الخناجر ولا حكمنا ذلبية يما ويل الهوى يما ويلي ضرب الخناجر ولا حكمنا ذلبية.
Assalamu alaikum everyone! My name is Layan, I'm 15 years old, I'm a BAME leader in the UK, a Muslim activist, a member of the Youth Parliament and a public speaker. I stand here proudly as a British Palestinian young woman fighting against the injustice Palestinians have been through. We will always stand here proudly fighting for Palestine to eventually be free and until the chains of Palestine are broken. Whatever it takes, we will stand here in solidarity with Palestine. In fact, today we stand here and send a powerful message to the Israelis that we will never ever abandon our land. We are never ever afraid to make our voices heard and stand up for whatever is right. We must use our social media platforms. We must not underestimate the power that we can use. We are a community that stand against Israel's malicious actions that they could not get away with. Yet Palestinians have been suffering for 73 years for their basic human rights. So is it not worth to stand here and shout free Palestine? Is it not worth it? We will continue to march and do protest. It will continue until the Palestinian flag flies in Jerusalem and in all of Palestine, inshallah. And as I continue to say, if 9/11 deserves a moment of silence, Palestine deserves us to never, ever speak again. Humanity is still not discovered. So why are we going to remain silent? Or are we going to use our voices, use social media, and be the most uplifting, passionate community of hope and compassionate love with a driving force and ambition to make Palestine free, inshallah? Lastly, I want to remind you that you don't need to be Muslim. All you need to be is a simple, basic human being. Thank you so much, everyone.
The beard that I'm wearing right now, I bought this in 2015 in Bethlehem. I was a volunteer with the International Solidarity Movement in the city of Al Khalil. Settlers live on the top floor of houses when the Palestinians live below, and they are protected by the Israeli occupation forces. This kafir, it has wiped tear gas off children's faces. International law states that you cannot shoot at unarmed civilians. You cannot demolish houses. You cannot transfer your population into occupied territories. It's not declaring your borders. is holding back medicine and legal aid and food, is when you bomb apartment blocks and kill children. And when we talk about occupation, soldiers break your front door at 4 o'clock in the morning and drag you out of bed, blindfold you and put cable ties on you, and then they interrogate you. It's where they say, if you don't answer the questions, we're going to arrest your mum, we're going to blow your house up, we're going to revoke your dad's working visa. On the 14th of June, there's going to be a debate in Parliament about sanctions against Israel. You guys need to be on it. You need to be ringing Keir Starmer. You need to be on the phone to Boris Johnson. Ring them up. They've got their numbers. You've got their emails. We want a two-way arms embargo. No messing about. We've been saying free Palestine since 1948. I'm not coming back here in 10 years' time and giving the same speech. We need to stop the next war on the Palestinian people. And I just want to shout out, in America, in Auckland's docks, there are ships coming from Israel that were supposed to dock. They've not been able to dock because protesters, they are saying, we will not let these weapons leave. In Leicester, 500 protesters say the people on the roof are not going to prison. They stopped the police cars leaving. They made a hole in the roof of their Albert factories. There was a drone protected by the police. We say war criminals and arms dealers should not be protected. So I say, whenever the next protest is, everyone outside of Albert, and we say, Albert out of Oldham, stop harming Israel. Thank you.
Fantastic to see Oldham out today. Can we have a shout if you're Palestinian here today? Can we give them the biggest round of applause of the day, right? Well, they've all got family directly affected. All across Palestine, all people in the diaspora that have been forced from their homes. They're the ones that are being attacked with tear gas and rubber bullets. So for the last 2 years, 250 were killed marching in Gaza. 6,000 were shot with live ammunition. 2 of my students were killed during the bombing of Gaza in 2014, when 500 children were killed in 51 days. 90 entire families wiped off the citizen registry. And you knock on a door in Gaza, most of them will tell you they're not from there, they're from a village that Israel has already ethnically cleansed. As reported by Human Rights Watch, Amnesty International, the United Nations, it's all there, this is not controversial. And then we get to the worst edge of Gaza, where they bombed it again. I taught a family in 2010, and 21 were killed with one bomb. One bomb! And I protested at Elbit Systems, the biggest drone maker. They are Israel's largest weapons company. They make 85% of the drones, and most of the drones kill the Palestinians. So I want everybody to be taking action, because Elbit Systems, they're right here in Oldham. Are we going to allow that to happen? They're making millions of the deaths of so many in Palestine. If there was a gun runner, and we know that those weapons were being supplied to somebody who was killing children, like the 65 more children that have just been killed in Gaza now by Israel's bombing, are we going to let those names of those children disappear? It is absolutely morally reprehensible to have an arms factory knowing that those weapons are being used to kill so many innocents, God rest their souls, and all those demolitions of the big apartment blocks. You carpet bomb a population of 2 million on the place the size of the Isle of Wight, and if we just have lip service, nothing changes. Oldham must stop and close that weapons factory. And I ask, please, the MPs and the councillors here to stand on the right side of history. So when we look back, we ask who stood up for the Palestinians, because we know that Palestine will be free one day. And do you know how I know that? Because the youth have risen in the UK and around the world, and they will win it for Palestine. We can isolate Israel, this apartheid state, so now we can say, one day Palestine, I believe,